convert a tuple. See how to convert the tuple. So that list holds list bracket student. So now whenever you take a printout, print list, now your tuple is changed as a list. Now run this one. So now your tuple, this is your tuple. After that we understood that it is a tuple. Now it is changed to a what list. If you take a printout, print use type function to know which type of data type it is. Okay, so it will clearly mention that it is a list. Okay, now this is a list. Now it is. Now you want to use append method, because append method can't be used along with tuples. Okay, so now you use student dot. Okay, what is that append method? A P P end append method. Method is word bracket. Now within this append method, if you keep any string, any value, suppose orange, if you added, now after that orange, there is that will be added after this true, end of the last value. Now print bracket student. Now come down here. So unsupported language, what happened? See, now attribute tuple, that is what it is giving. What, let us see. So now attribute error, tuple object has no attribute append. Why? Because it is converted student. Now student na. So why? Because student is a tuple. So student is your tuple. The tuple converted to a list. The list name is equal to what? This is list name. Okay, this is the method I have used. If you are confusing list and list, you change this as what? List name. Keep it any name of that list, any name, your name. Who is attending the class? Sundar attending class, Sham Sundar is a list. That list is holding this student tuple converted to Sundar is a list. Now you need to change everything. Okay, you need to change this as it Sundar. Okay, now what? Sundar is a list. You want to know Sundar which type of list, whether it is a list, whether it is a tuple. So now student is a tuple, that's why it is giving error. Tuple object has no any attribute. I told you that tuple has no any updated methods. Okay, so that's why if you in place of this, if you use Sundar what? Sundar is a list. So whenever you use dot operator, you will get all the methods. See, append. Whenever you use here in place of Sundar student, you are not getting that methods. Okay, if you keep dot operator, you will get append. So by append, print Sundar, so that orange value will be added at the end of the list. Orange at the end of. So this is our list. Okay, last value is true. After last true value, orange will be added by append method. But whenever we have used the zero method, is a procedure. So at the index you have passed that 777. Here your value will be replaced. That 0 index 10 was there. After that this was replaced. Okay, but append method, that value will be added at the end of that. Now that is, you need to convert this as what? You need to convert this into again tuple. So change. Now suppose create a variable tup is, otherwise you take a num is a variable. That variable will hold the converted list into tuple. So now use that tuple in bracket, use Sundar is what? Sundar is a list name. So that list name passed tuple method. So this tuple method convert this Sundar list into tuple. So now you take print a num is a variable which is voting converted tuple. Now run this. Now this is what your, now it is become tuple. If you want to know that, print bracket type bracket num, you pass. Now check back that now it is a tuple. So by that, what is that, how many ways? One is the by indexing, another one append method. So use it to change the values in tuple, not directly by converting the tuple into what, your list. So next, what, come down here, one more what, one more I want to change. So one more way we can do that, create a tuple and add the tuple with existing tuple. So create a tuple. So take a tuple, take any variable name that is equal, take any variable, okay, any variable. Suppose y is a tuple. So that tuple having 110. But I told you that if single value is there, so it will understand that it is a variable. So that moment you need to keep a comma. So now it is what, so normally if I pass 10 value, if I want to know what is this, print, I will use the type of this, and then type function will be used to know which type of data it is. Now it will give that it is integer. So this y holds integer value. So if whenever I give, it is a single variable, after that if I want to make y as a tuple, I need to keep comma. Now this y becomes what, tuple, y becomes tuple. So now I can do one more thing, take a variable. Suppose I want to, where is our tuple, num is a tuple, okay, this is a tuple. So I want to change any value, otherwise I want to add any value. So this addition, tuple with tuple, so we can do like that. So now num is equal to num plus y one more tuple. So now you do one thing, print what, num. So amended tuple, added tuple will be printed. So now let us see. So what happened here, so this 10, our previous tuple has no need 10 value, so the tuple 10 value okay. Now what happened, this now num is a tuple and y is a tuple, both are added. So this value of a tuple added at the end of the tuple, okay. No need to convert this tuple into list and after that list into tuple. Simply we can do this, okay. Suppose if you want to add anything to the tuple, that is one way. But this here, this can be written, this statement can be short plus equal to num, okay. Both statements are equal. You keep this as common, num is equal to num plus y, num plus equal to num, both are same. You can write this, okay. Now what happened, now here num plus equal to num, understood that num is equal to num plus y. Why it is extending word, because num means one list, num list added with num itself, that's why it is extending. So if you use this as num is equal to num plus y, you simply write y, that is equal to, you will get this, okay. This is okay. Now this is okay. Now this statement both are equal. So in place of